Hi everyone, my name is Tracy McCarthy. I'm a physical therapist and I'm also a doctoral student at Rutgers University where I'm studying exercise physiology. Today I'm going to talk to you about strength training. So what does it actually mean to be strong? With strength, we think about different activities that we do throughout the day. So, can you climb up all the steps of your school without stopping? Can you help carry grocery bags into your home? Can you also get up from the floor when you're laying down? All of these activities require strength, which come from your muscles. Did you know that the body has over 700 different muscles? We are covered in muscles from head to toe, and muscles will help to move our limbs. So when they contract, they can actually make our hand, for example, move up to touch our shoulder. Or our leg muscles will contract to help us get up and down from a chair. The bottom picture shows a sarcomere. A sarcomere is the actual functional unit of a muscle. So it's zoomed in super, super, super deep into the muscle. And there are thousands of these tiny, tiny little sarcomeres that go all down the length of a muscle. During muscle contraction, or when muscles shorten, the sarcomeres are actually shortened. So as you can see, this is the stretching and now this is shortening. So all those sarcomeres have to shorten together to cause the muscle to shorten, which allows your arms or your legs to move. This is an overview of what a muscle contraction actually looks like. So we actually need an action potential to come to bring a signal down to the muscle. An action potential comes from your brain, and our brain will then tell the body or tell the muscles, hey, I need to move. So it'll send a signal all down that axon to the muscle, and then it'll tell the muscle to contract. And you have these little proteins deep within the muscle, and the proteins work together to create that shortening. You might have heard of proteins before from your nutrition classes. Proteins are one of our 3 macronutrients that we eat. Examples of protein are in poultry, in chicken, or in the meat from your hamburger, or even a mixture of rice and beans. Proteins are really important structures for our body. We call them the building blocks. So having more protein in our body can help make us stronger. There's a few different types of muscle contractions. An isometric contraction means there's no movement. We basically hold one position. You see to the right, this woman over here is doing a plank. She's holding that position, so her muscles are isometrically contracting. We also use them in our postural muscles. They help to stabilize our spine and keep our body upright while we stand and we walk. The other type of contraction is an isotonic contraction. This means that there's actual movement. So there's going to be muscle shortening or lengthening to create movement about a joint. So you have concentric contractions. This is when the muscle gets smaller, as in this example to the right, where that person is bringing a weight up to the touch of their shoulder. So that's a shortening of the biceps muscle. Eccentric contractions are when there's muscle lengthening. And this would be then that same person taking that hand at their shoulder, bringing it back down to their side. So that bicep is now getting longer. So that's an eccentric contraction. Both concentric and eccentric contractions work together. So how do we get stronger? We exercise. There's a number of different types of ways that we can exercise. We can use body weight exercises, and there's a ton of different body weight exercises that you can do from your own home. If you look at the top right, that's Rocky doing some really difficult push-ups, but there are different variations so you can make push-ups easier that you can start out with. On the bottom right, you can see the woman doing resistance bands. These are great too because they're easy to do at home. The baby in the middle is working on weights, and weights come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. You can have dumbbells or hand weights. You can have kettlebells. You can have barbells like he has that has weights on the end. There's a number of different ways that you can add weights. And then another way is using machines. So the bottom left picture shows a gentleman doing a leg press exercise. You would find machines typically at a gym. There are a couple different ways that you can test your strength. For example, if you were interested into seeing how strong your upper body is, you can try to do as many push-ups in a row without stopping. Or if you wanted to see the strength of your abdominals, you can count how many sit-ups you do in a minute, laying down and then curling up to your bent knees. Or you can check the strength of your legs by trying to see how many times you can squat down to a chair and stand back up without stopping. If you do these, you can check your strength and how it relates to different people your age in the norm charts to the right. So, how do we actually determine strength? So strength is actually considered the maximum amount of weight we can lift one time. So we actually look at this by having the person squat, so the heaviest squat someone can do, the heaviest bench press someone can do, and the heaviest deadlift. These are all together considered powerlifting exercises. The person that can do the most or lift the most is the strongest. Another important aspect of strength is actually seen in all athletes. Every single sport that's out there requires strength of our muscles. For example, our soccer players trying to drive the ball across the field requires strength of their hips and legs. LeBron James going up for a slam dunk. They need strength in their legs to jump and also in their arms to power that drive. Dancers and ballerinas need strength. All of it, especially for allowing them to jump and leap and get into different positions. Serena Williams is a great example of a strong female athlete, and she's a tennis player. She's able to use her strength to have the fastest serve in female tennis. Other sports, individual sports like doing the shot put for track or throwing the discus for track, require a lot of strength. And football especially too uses strength for throwing, for catching, for running. All these require strength of our muscles. Here's just some home strength training resources that you can check out. One of which is our Rutgers website, and they have individualized classes that you can take online at home, so you can still keep up with your exercises from your own living room. There's a few other sources down here too that can give great exercises and activities that you can complete at home. Okay, that ends our presentation. Have a great day.